So the UFC has out of nowhere scheduled Charles Oliveira to fight Michael Chandler for the vacant UFC lightweight title. Looks like they have finally stripped Khabib of the title. And they did Charles Oliveira, who's the number 3, versus Michael Chandler, who's the number 4. And, that's a great matchup as far as styles go, because Chandler obviously made easy work of Dan Hooker, who is not someone people make easy work of, you know what I mean? And Michael Chandler went out there, showed off his power, showed off, honestly, he has a very well-rounded skill set, as far as MMA goes. Both of these guys have a really well-rounded skill set, as far as the grappling goes. Everyone knows how off the charts Oliveira's Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is, Charles Oliveira's Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is on another level as far as especially that division is concerned. I'd say with Khabib gone, he's probably the best grappler in that division, maybe even Makhachev, but Oliveira's probably the best grappler in that division. And, Michael Chandler, All-American NCAA college wrestler. So both of these guys, obviously very well-rounded, obviously very well seasoned in the striking. Both of them are as well. And I just think, it's going to be very interesting to see how they implement their skill sets into this matchup because, will Chandler want to be taking down somebody like Oliveira? Obviously, you always have the advantage when you're on top of them. But, we'll see. And will Oliveira be able to take down Chandler with how good his wrestling is, And if they do just strike it out, whose striking will be better? Oliveira's got some smooth striking, but man, Chandler hits hard, Chandler's explosive. But that's the thing too, if this is a 5-round fight, which obviously, it is obviously it's the lightweight title, but, Oliveira is a lot skinnier than Chandler, and he's not skinny, he's got, the necessary muscle that he needs, but, Chandler's pretty jacked, and, his body requires more oxygen than Oliveira's probably, unless obviously he has a tremendous VO2 max, I don't know, but, more often than not, the more muscular guy gasses quicker than the less muscular guy, so we'll see how this fight looks if it goes past round 3, round 4 into round 5. You know what I mean? I think the longer the fight goes, probably the more it favors Oliveira, but who knows, he's a tall guy, so he's got some weight on him, and it's going to just be really interesting to see how it plays out, considering they're both two really well-rounded athletes, and like I said, I think as far as the styles go, it's a great matchup, because it's going to, two stout performers, like these guys are on another level. But is it the right fight to make for the title? I love the fight, but is it the right fight to make for the belt? And I think it's impossible to say that it is, considering Dustin Poirier is the clear number 1 contender at the moment. If you wanted to do the title fight right away, it should have been Poirier Oliveira. Obviously, Poirier didn't want to do that. He wants to fight McGregor for the trilogy. So that's why I think, as far as the integrity goes of the title, you probably do wait to make a vacant title fight. You probably have, okay, you'll do Chandler versus Oliveira, you do McGregor versus Poirier, and then you have the 2 best out of that fight each other or something, because I just feel that it is hard to give Chandler a title shot off of one, even though it was a tremendous victory, off of just one victory in the UFC. Like, this isn't Anderson Silva coming to fight like Chris Lieben and Rich Franklin. All respect to those guys, but we got guys like Justin Gaethje, Dustin Poirier, like guys like that just kind of sitting out, I don't know, I would have rather seen Gaethje Oliveira if it's for the title, just because, as far as the rankings are concerned, Gaethje is an even higher rank, even though he's coming off a loss. That's to the best of all time, undefeated, so I just think, as far as for a title goes, they should have waited, they should have waited, but it's just, you know, I think really what happened was they wanted a headliner for a pay-per-view in May, and they didn't feel comfortable putting Oliveira and Chandler as the headliner with no belt on it, you know. So they figured, hey, we don't have a championship fight, we don't have a pay-per-view star like Nate Diaz fighting. All right, we need to just vacate the lightweight belt, and now we got a title fight for May. Now we got a pay-per-view headliner. Boom. You know, I really think that's kind of the way it went down, because I don't know. Like I said, I just think Chandler probably, even though he's a tremendous champion in Bellator, you know, one of the best Bellator fighters ever, it's just like, I mean, he beat Dan Hooker, who's great. I thought Dan Hooker was going to win that fight, all respect to Chandler, because I'm high on Dan Hooker, but that's a guy that Dustin Poirier just beat, you know, even though he didn't beat him in the same fashion. Obviously, Chandler's win was more dominant. Like I said, this isn't like there's guys in the waiting, you know, even Rafael Dos Anjos is number whatever 6 or 7 or something, and he's been in the UFC for years, you know, he's a former champion himself. So I just think guys like that should be, you know, I bet guys like that are pissed off, frankly, you know. I would have even liked to see Makhachev. Makhachev could be fighting one of those guys, you know. Just as far as a style matchup go, I would love to see Makhachev Oliveira, but obviously he doesn't deserve a title shot either. So, you know, considering they decided to do the vacant title fight, I guess they made an okay choice. But like I said, at this juncture, I probably would have preferred to see Justin Gaethje fighting for it instead of Michael Chandler. I just feel that, you know, it's hard to treat the guys who have been in the UFC so long like that, you know, even though I think Chandler does deserve it as far as his he did as much as he could do in one performance, but that's the thing, it is just one performance, you know, like, and we don't know how Dan Hooker was feeling in there. Like I said, it is just one performance. Like, I just find it hard, but that's the thing, if he goes out there and he beats Oliveira, then you really can't say anything, you know, then he's pretty much the rightful champion because he did beat another guy. So I guess, but it's just like, how often do you see a guy come into the UFC and get a title shot in his second fight in the UFC? Literally, Anderson Silva is the only person I can think of. So yeah, with that being said, let me know what you guys think about that. I think it's a very interesting topic there, and yeah, just let me know what you guys think. Leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe for more videos like this one. Thank you very much for watching.